Good evening, people. How are we doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a good evening. Hopefully you all had a good day, good rest of the weekend as well. We're just about to get over bank holiday, and yeah, we're just gonna do our final thoughts today of pretty much. Well, we're not gonna do the whole season. We're gonna do just the match reaction of Ipswich. We are. But huge shout outs to them for getting promotion. They fully deserve it. You know, getting back up there. I honestly thought Middlesbrough would have done it, but I still sticking with my prediction with obviously Coventry, Ipswich, and Middlesbrough all going up. I'm still going to stick with that for sure. We've got Paul is in the chat. Hi DB, hope you're good. I'm all good, thank you, man. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Hopefully you had a good time tuning into the channel, watching us each week, and getting our thoughts going on QPR. A lot more to come after, well, pretty much after this, to be honest. You know, last preview show of the, well, last match reaction live of the season. So yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest, it's pretty much sums up everything of the season, you know. Let's get straight into it though, yeah. Let's get straight into it. So as you can see, Ipswich did destroy QPR 3-0 from the get-go. It was from the first minute, where I actually need to get it up here again, where George Hurst made it 1-0 literally in the first 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll be honest, I could see it happening. I said it in the previous show, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if Ipswich went full in on that day to basically get the confidence and the promotion from there. But for the first, I would say for the first 18 minutes of the game, pretty much, you know what, first 18 minutes, I would say full on 18 minutes, it was pretty much all Ipswich. It was all Ipswich completely. They were going for it. They were trying to win it straight away. It should have been 3-4-0. Hang on. Oh, it should have been 3-4-0 from the get-go. It should have been. Obviously, goals from Jaden as well in the 9th minute as well. George Hurst just killed it this season for Ipswich, I'll be honest. Absolute killed it. Yeah, pretty much sums up the first, I would say, 18 minutes of the game, which was all Ipswich. Oh, hang on. There was glimpse between 20th minute and obviously the 30th minute, I would say, where we tried to push them a little bit, but it just wasn't working. They were still attacking. But it was more to the end of the first half, I would say, we looked a lot better, where we had a couple of chances. The only thing that I would say, which I really got annoyed with, was looking into that game. It was so annoying because there were shots taken and you can see that they weren't bothered. You know, even at the end of the season, I get it. I understand, nowhere to go. But Madson's shots are usually way better than that. And when Madsen was shooting that ball at goal, it was literally looking like a pass or a cross into the box. And it was from there, I just thought, you know what? I just don't think it's going to be anything exciting from us today whatsoever. You know, even in the second half, you know, Ipswich, we, you know, started off well a little bit. And then we kind of gave them a little bit. But the second half, I would say it was dead even whatsoever. You know, we only allowed 1 goal in from Casey McAteer. I think he was subbed on. He was in the second half. Yeah, he's got that third goal. It's actually a really good goal, to be honest. So yeah, that killed it off, and that was their promotion done for this season. We in the second half, obviously, we brought on Tyron Smith and Paul Smith. Paul Smith looked very, very good in that second half, right from the get-go for about 10 minutes. Very decent, very decent. Obviously, Koki Sato came off for share. Koki had a couple of chances as well. Isaac looked really good on the ball sometimes when he came on the 8th minute. And then, obviously, we gave Leon Scarlett a game coming off of Daniel Benny on the 8th minute. But but it just wasn't our day. You know, end of the season, we gave up. It was that simple. We didn't have any strikers on the pitch. Daniel Benny was more of a forward than a striker, and yeah, just everything was a letdown from the start, to be honest. Am I fussed about it? Listen, look, I wanted to finish off big. I wanted to finish off the season strongly, but listen, this is QPR. At the end of the season, they weren't bothered. You know, the team that they put out, you could tell straight away it wasn't going anywhere whatsoever. Wasn't going anywhere. You know, I honestly believe that the team that we've developed this season has been ups and downs, honestly. You know, I think from certain players from last season that really took a shining to, and then to this season starting off really badly. And yeah, I think we've got a big summer ahead of us. We do in outgoings than incomings, I would say. So yeah, but yeah, Ipswich killed it off 3-0. Even the subs were destroying us completely as well. Rating wise, Ipswich pretty much only had one player that was in the orange or yellow rating, which was Darnell Furlong 6.8. All of our teams, so Walsh got a 5.7, Davis got a 5.8, Clark got a 5.7, Edwards even got a 5, and Bengay 5.5, Chair 6.5, Morgan 6.2, Varane 6.2, Madsen 5.9, Benny 6.1, Vale 6.4. Yeah, it wasn't our day whatsoever. I think that's how we should keep it like that. At the end of the day, this is how the table went. So QPR finished 15th, 46 games played, 16 games won, 10 draws, 20 losses, which is a big hefty for us. Minus 12 goal difference, 58 points on the board. Very close. Our last, obviously, 5 games were literally loss, and a draw. Yeah. Ending that season was pretty bad. You know, we've had a glimpse of that season that was good, and yeah, it's just been ups and downs a lot, ups and downs. In the end, Coventry champions with 95 points, Ipswich promotion with second, 84 points. Playoff wise, Millwall, Southampton, Middlesbrough and Hull all made it into the playoffs. Last day, Wrexham could not get it done. They finished 7th, Derby 8th, Norwich 9th, Birmingham 10th, Swansea 11th, Bristol City 12th, Sheffield United 13th, Preston North End 14th, Watford finished 16th, Stoke 17th, Portsmouth 18th, Charlton 19th, Blackburn 20th, West Brom 21st, and then relegated Oxford, Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday. The best thing about the day, I would say, for me was Sheffield Wednesday. Absolute buzzing for them, to be honest, for next season. Look, it's been a dreadful 2 seasons for them with the ownership, but it was announced that obviously a new American owner came in, has purchased Wednesday. So hopefully, fingers crossed, all the best to them next season. You know, they've been announced no point deduction, obviously, for next season, so that's brilliant for them. Leicester City, though, obviously their point deduction didn't help. Maybe even keeping Marty might have helped them, but Marty obviously got sacked, but they got relegated as well. Oxford United, though, I'm not surprised. I'll be honest, I thought Portsmouth were going to get relegated this season, but yeah, Oxford, time's up for them. At least they have a manager that can pretty much get them back up, hopefully, in Bloomfield from there. Paul says, what do you think about Hayden leaving? I'm not surprised about it. Yeah, glad found you. I enjoyed the stream, listen to everyone's views about the club. Listen, look, Paul, it's brilliant to have you in here. I'm glad that you enjoy the streams. Yeah, I did hear about Hayden obviously announcing that he's leaving. To be honest, I felt like he was going to leave anyway. Look, he's not getting game time. He's 30-something years old. You know, I'll be honest, any player that didn't really play this season is probably going to be out the door anyway in the summer. I don't think they're Julian players. I don't think they've been proven greatly. I wouldn't be surprised if Collie comes out and says he's leaving. But Hayden, in my opinion, you know, he's a great midfielder for anyone in the Championship. All the best to him. But yeah, he's obviously announced that he's leaving QPR. So yeah, obviously he only signed a 1-year contract. It sounds like Steve Cook has already obviously announced that he's leaving QPR, but he has got a chance to been offered obviously the QPR coaching role at QPR. But yeah, apart from that, I think it's been a very difficult season. You know, if we go into, I didn't want to do this, I'll do it another day, but I'll do a quick one here. If we go into obviously QPR's fixtures obviously of the season, so if we go to the start of the season, if I can find it, that wasn't it, that wasn't it, that wasn't it. So yeah, obviously we had a really bad start to the season. We did obviously 1 draw at home, which we looked really good. We lost against Plymouth 3-2 in the cup. Watford was a draw. Sorry, no, I lost 2-1. Coventry, the humiliation happened there. So it took from then to Coventry to actually understand pretty much what Julian saw on the pitch and needed to make changes, and then that's when our form changed and we actually ended up getting up to the playoffs. QPR beating Charlton 3-1, beating Wrexham 3-1, beating Stoke 1-0, drawing Sheffield Wednesday away 1-1, 0-0 with Oxford at home, beating Bristol City away 2-1, losing to home to Millwall 2-1, and then obviously beating Swansea away 1-0. But then that's when the fall off happened with certain things. Obviously Derby beating us at their ground, Ipswich beating us at our ground, Southampton beating us at our ground, Sheffield United drawing to them. Then we got a bit of form going, but then Norwich completely destroyed us away 3-1. You know, very tipsy-topsy end to that year. And then obviously start of the year wasn't great, to be honest. The only form that we saw was when pretty much our injuries started coming back in March, and then ending the season off pretty bad. So yeah, hopefully next season, you know, I got a feeling that we're gonna do a lot better next season. I feel like Julian has spent 1 year at this club in the Championship. You know, next season is where the judgment does come. You know, if we end up in the same position straight from the start, I usually give it to October, end of October. If it's the same position at October, then cool. I will come out here and start saying it's time to look for a different plan. But for me, I like what I see from Julian. I really did this season. I think Julian's a great head coach. I think he's very attacking, very interesting. I feel like the only thing that we lacked so much this season was defense. We had so many defensive errors. We've got to bring in some better quality of defender, whether that's selling some people as well. But if we get the right quality defender and keeper in, I reckon next season we'll look a lot better, for sure. I'm not really worried about attack, more like creativity and defensive ability is the more worrying thing for me. So yeah, that is the main thing that I'm going to be focusing on QPR in the summer and judging them on that. If it's going to be a good window or a bad window, we know how Nuri works, whether that is to bring in development players first and then go from there from free agents. So yeah, like I said, we need to have the right players obviously coming in. I haven't heard any other stuff apart from Julian, obviously with certain rumors about him leaving, but I think he'll stay. I'll be honest with what if he was going to leave, it would have been announced at the end of the season. It would have, but the thing is, Hayden's been announced that he's obviously going, and that is it at the moment. There will be some players obviously coming out. Look, Sato said something on Instagram. I'm not too sure what that meant. Maybe it's him saying goodbye. I'm not too sure, but he's only been at the club pretty much seriously for 1 season. So we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully Julian can see or improve him to have a better season next season. But yeah, apart from that, you know, we got more points on the boards, finished the same position pretty much last season. But listen, look, I have full confidence in Julian. I do. I think he's brilliant, and I hope we get to see something great in the summer, and then at the start of the season for next season. But for right now, glad the season's over. It's all finished now. QPR finishing very low in the table. My prediction was wrong. Obviously, I did say top 10. We'll go again next season, see how it goes. But we will get into the rest of the stuff, obviously, in other videos about the end of the season coming to this channel. So yeah, but thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to leave it there for the match reaction. Not much to really go into. I know it's going to be a short one today, but we got a lot of plans going on for the channel in the future, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well. So shout outs to Paul for tuning in, much love, and whoever else is there watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and we'll catch you real soon. Thank you everyone for this season, much love, and peace, love, positivity. We'll catch you real soon. Have a great rest of your bank holiday, people, I guess. Cheers, man.